This is how we printed $1.5 million for our B2B clients and for our own agency using AI augmented outreach at scale, multi channel in 2025 without increasing ad spend, without increasing headcount, and without putting a complicated tech stack into your business. In 2026, we're working with many diverse industries, including SaaS, e commerce, and marketing to drive results that are impossible with a single channel alone. We are finding your prospects exactly where they hang out. In 2025, we sent over 1.1 million outreach messages with cold email, LinkedIn, and we also started cold and warm calling to double and more our booking rate. On average, our customers got a 3x ROI, and we printed a dollar for every single message that we sent. This is targeted AI augmented cold outreach for B2B businesses making at least $1 million per year, or for startups that are pursuing and investing in aggressive growth. This isn't hiring new BDRs or sales reps or installing more tech into your business. We're driving pipelines by any means necessary, using data that your competitors or potentially you have never even heard of. We're scraping events for attendees, we're using government RFPs, we're using SEC tax records, competitor followers, and more. This is the elite level that we operate at. And this is all we do: cold email, LinkedIn, and calling. It's 24/7, 365. The channels change from time to time, and the order changes from time to time depending on what's working. But this is what's working. Cold outreach is the most efficient growth lever that exists. Problem is that companies might still be thinking that, hey, cold email doesn't work anymore in 2026, or that this is generic lead generation, or hey, this will hurt my brand. And I hear stuff like, oh, I'm doing fine with referrals, or we'd rather do this holistically. And this is a losing mentality. The truth is that cold outreach is the most underutilized and cheapest channel for marketing and sales. I'll keep it real with you. People that think that way, that think cold outreach doesn't work, have no idea how to run this properly at scale, and their competitors are eating their lunch. It's 2026 and it's still a blue ocean for cold outreach for people who actually know what they're doing. And if you know how to create and maintain outbound infrastructure like we do, the window is still wide open. Your company becomes truly visible to the market at scale when you do cold outreach properly. We use the most advanced tech stack available right now to source prospects that you or your competitors don't even know exist from databases that they don't know exist, and in a systematized way that makes us outreach special operations. Our cold outreach infrastructure is state of the art and completely managed for you. We're cost efficient. Some companies who were working with us, they were spending more on HubSpot, ZoomInfo, and Apollo combined than they were on our retainer. And we're full service, which means we handle TAM mapping, enriching, researching, copywriting flows, and sending, all for our clients. We handle speed to lead. When a prospect raises their hand, we call them immediately to double results. The result is that within 90 days, all your best potential customers will know about you. And this isn't siloed data, so you'll be able to use this feedback to improve the rest of your business and your other marketing channels. We iterate on messaging, and things only get better month after month after month. I'm Adam Andrzejewski, by the way, and I've been running Stellar Growth for over 2 years now. I live and breathe outbound engineering, and I even met my wife through cold outreach DMs, which is pretty funny. I was one of the first outbound experts in the world to incorporate AI, personalization, and AI systematization into my emails. I've been an outbound architecture coach for over a year, training BDRs and agency owners in Clay Bootcamp and other programs about how AI lead generation works, along with partnering directly with Clay as one of their first outbound partners. This is especially important for go to market and sales automation in general. Our outreach architecture includes infrastructure, deliverability, automated prospect research, email copywriting and script generation, and lead routing and SLA. You need to know at a very high level how to optimize these things for cold outreach to work. Things are changing so rapidly that managing this in house without a large organization is basically becoming impossible. And this will set you back potentially a year that you can't afford to lose. Let's talk about my best case study, Contractor Commerce, one of the best businesses that we worked with. They onboarded with us back in March, and we were seeing that their ad costs were slowly starting to like increase. They were generating customers, but they wanted to explore other channels, and their current returns like weren't what I would say were great. This is their dashboard from a month ago. If you want to pause and look at it, we would send at that point about 100,000 emails. Some of them aren't included here. Over 200, almost 300 qualified leads. These are meeting qualified leads. And so most brands, unlike contractor commerce, would just hire more BDRs and repeat their current playbooks. But when contractor commerce saw our cold email, they seized the opportunity to change things and do things differently from a channel that had already proved itself because they received our cold email. They're still running ads, but all their channels got better as a result of the cold emails that we ran. And also, I should say that cold outreach is my agency's favored method of making money. We generated $106,000 in ARR alone in 2025, and that's compounding. So before contractor commerce was spending 5 to 10,000 at least to acquire a customer, and now they're paying less than 2,000 with cold email and calling and LinkedIn, and they're paying less than $500 per meeting. So here's the results overall: 5.1 million, 5 million pipeline and 1.2 million in attributable new lifetime value, and that's $400,000 in new ARR. We've drastically reduced the time their business spends on manual prospecting, enriching, and researching. And this is what happens when you do the system properly. Everybody saves time, everybody makes money. We're trusted by leading brands. Contractor commerce, like I said, just to add to that, we paid for our year's worth of retainer in the first month alone. We doubled Service Channel, a large company's total addressable market, and we cut hours and hours off of A and BDR work each week by collaborating with them. We worked with Excella to generate 1.05 million in new pipeline and saved 10 hours per BDR per week. We worked with GetResponse to coach them on Clay to map their TAM and like actually increase automated results, whereas they weren't automating anything before. BTL, 1,000 interested replies, tons of attendees to their events that were qualified. And for Qualio, we automated about a third of their SDR work through Clay. I'm a mentor with the Clay community, Clay Bootcamp, and the Revenue Council. I've coached over 200 students in multi-channel outreach and AI in sales and marketing. We're one of the first Clay expert partner agencies, and you probably have heard of clay.com at this point. Kind of a big deal and the backbone of our system. I've also delivered exclusive strategy sessions to the AI Consortium on scaling and privately trained employees for agencies and large companies. I spend at least an hour or two a day interacting with other top tier agencies and improving our systems in the community. This is the serious level that we operate at. I highly doubt you will find an agency and a person that's more plugged in to the current sales engineering meta. It's worth thousands of dollars for sure. The pattern that we see and the experience that we see with other businesses with their previous lead generation agencies is that the first month is full of promises. Most businesses don't even start sending emails or LinkedIn messages in the first month. And then everything starts to slow down after a couple of invoices. They're fat, they're sated, and they start handing you off to white labeled account managers. This starts to break down, communication gets lazier, and there's basically no ROI between the next couple months, and then it's straight to churn. I'll hide no secrets. I'll show you our exact step-by-step system, our milestones and deadlines. And the system that we follow is basically foolproof. There's no accountability or real leadership inside of these other agencies, just chaos. And I personally believe that sales systems without an experienced US based leader who understands these businesses fails way, way too often. It's different with us. No handoffs, no VAs, no account managers, direct access to me. You'll work with me one on one, and I'm running your strategy every single day. Get your own private Slack channel with me, which is awesome, and a regular call. You'll also get full creative done for you support, my copywriting experience, my engineers who are extremely good at what they do in automating lead generation. You'll get my calling team, and you'll get my inbox management team to make sure that leads aren't slipping through the cracks. You can probably already tell me through the screen here that you have probably a lower SLA than you'd like, or worse SLA than you'd like, right? I've been training students and other new agency owners to do this for 2 years. And anything that I haven't automated, potentially my team is better at than me, and anything else I'll handle myself. So, in regards to management, you're extremely, extremely well looked after. And I know that your business is your baby. Some people have told me that I'm too empathetic to that. I care too much, but I think it's one of my greatest strengths. I really, really, really do care. Okay. So if you'd like, we are more than happy to craft a free outbound campaign strategy for you and a step by step plan on how to execute it with or without us. And this is the exact plan that we've implemented for about 30 businesses at this point. So, what we'll cover in some of these sessions: the tech and costs, obviously, tech stack, best practices, where I've seen founders and sales teams make mistakes, our sales system, copywriting, automations, sales funnels, all that good stuff. Your pipeline, I'll take a look at your pipeline, potentially your CRM, and to see where things are breaking down and can be improved, and especially if they need to be improved to work with us. We'll hand you a full roadmap for LinkedIn, email, and cold calling outreach to move forward with or without us. And we'll go over our recommended game plan and the exact steps that we plan to execute to achieve pipeline. So if you'd like to work with us, great. If not, you're walking away with a system and tons of knowledge about our outreach architecture and how to optimize it. But in regards to who we work with, we're a little picky. We believe that the outreach planning that we're going to do together and the initial call will give us an idea of what can be achieved and if it even makes sense to work together. So this is not coming from a side of ego. I'm not saying this just to say this. The fee that we're going to charge you doesn't make sense unless we really believe things can work and we believe that we're compatible. So I believe that multi-channel outreach is the way forward in 2026 based on years of experience, 100%, but it requires your investment and your collaboration and your attention. Because if we can't get you results, it looks bad for us, looks bad for you, and it doesn't make sense for you to keep paying us. So be bad for our reputation, waste our time, waste your time. We don't want that to happen. And yeah, here's some rough pricing for you to take a look at. We've got 3 plans. This is just rough pricing and rough deliverables, but each plan includes some level or some degree of multi-channel. And as you increase the pricing, the Titan plan is basically like a full sales team that is working for you. All tech costs included, by the way. You're not going to pay for anything else other than that. And you'll pay for no onboarding if you do select one of those plans. So I'm Ed Andrzejewski. Again, thanks for watching. And this is what I do all day, every day: multi-channel outreach, architecture, message discovery, testing, and scaling. If you're ready to scale, book your strategy sessions with me below, and I'll see you there. Thanks so much.